Hello everyone, today we're going to look at estimating angles. So yesterday we looked at measuring them. Today we're going to build on that by looking at some of them, think about what they are beforehand, and really trying to develop our skills. This will be the big focus of today's work. So first of all, look at this one and tell me what you think about it. How big do you think it is? What do you reckon? Have a little think about that. Now, looking at this, I can see that this is looks smaller than a right angle, but quite close to a right angle. So I'd say definitely an acute angle. If it's an acute angle, it must be less than 90 degrees. So I think about 85 degrees, maybe a bit more. So what we do in this situation, of course, is use a protractor. Now, if we're in class, of course, I just use a physical protractor under the visualizer. But here we're going to have to use the digital one. So this is what it looks like. Okay, I've measured it up, lined up the protractor with it, and you can see this is like the original style protractor, so got numbers on the inside and outside. I want to go from the 0 around here, and I can see this is exactly on the 80, which is pretty convenient. So 80 degrees. Let's try it now together before it's your go. Okay, what do you think about this one? Well, what do we notice about it to begin with? I can see this is an obtuse angle. It's pretty close to 180 degrees. If it went straight along this line, it'd be 180. So it's a bit above here. I'm going to guess 170, should we say? Okay, looking at this one, now I've got the protractor on it. It's pretty close, right? How much is this? Well, over here there's 170, and then underneath 1, 2, 3, so 173, 174, about? Yeah, pretty good. Alright, what about this one? What kind of angle is it? It's an obtuse angle, which means it's more than a right angle. That means more than 90 degrees. This is a little bit more than 90. I'd say maybe about 100. Do we think it's the same going right compared to the one from left earlier? Let's have a look. Well, in this case, it's here. There's 100, and it's a bit more than that. 1, 2, maybe 3. I'd say about 103. 103, 104. I think 103. Alright, what about this one? Now, this is a very narrow angle. This is another acute angle. This is quite a small one. I'm going to say about 20 degrees. It could even be less than 20 degrees, you know. It's interesting because it's one square up and down here. But the square doesn't really matter because if it was longer, it'd be more than one square. And if it's down here, it's less than one square. I reckon 20 degrees. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. 14 degrees. There's 15. So one less is 14. I know this is 15 because it's halfway between 10 and 20. Half of 10 is 5. So 10 plus 5 is 15. Take away 1 is 14. Okay. Now it's going to be your turn. This is one of two activities I want you to do. For each one, I want you to first estimate the size and then measure it. Now, I know this is going to be difficult. You can only do this if you can really print it and if you've got one at home. But if not, I want you to try and make these angles on the virtual tool and try and do that. And do that by hiding it. Write down the estimate and then see what it is and then write down the difference. I really can't stress it enough. It's really important to try this because by doing it more, you'll get a feeling for what kind of angles are. And that will help you develop more mathematical skill. It's kind of like natural. And I want you to try this one, estimate the size of the angle, and think what knowledge you use to help you. Think about what type of angle it is. And then when you're done with that, this is something everyone can do. I want you to draw your own angles in the X shape and estimate them. Now, if you can do this with the real protractor, again, it's really good because in a test in Year 6, you'll need to use a real protractor. So using those skills that normally we do in class that we can't do now is crucial. If you've got a teenage brother or sister in particular, ask them to help you. This will be something they'll do in maths sometimes. But if you can't do it, you can try this, and if you want to, you can try this anyway. Go up to the top left in the virtual thing, change it to point, and change the number of points to 4. By default, it'd be 5. And just make it into an X shape. Anything, keeping short the hide all, and then try and write down what you think that all of these will be. And bear in mind that the total number of degrees should be 360. So in this case, for example, I might say that I think this is, let's say this one is about 60. I think this one is also about 60, so I think together they'd be 120. And then I might say this is 120, and this is 120. And now all together, 60 plus 60 is 120, plus 120 is 240, plus 120 is 360. So I think that this is a good estimate. I might be a few degrees off. In fact, I reckon because this line, let me change my pen color. I think because this line going up here is not exactly straight, I think that it could be off. I'm not too sure about this one. But that's what the measurement's for. And then when you're done, you can just click the buttons up here, and then you'll be able to reveal what the angles are. Again, write them down and see what the difference is. Good luck, and let me know how you get on.